Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another 10-Car Tuesday episode. It's been a little while since I've done a 10-Car Tuesday. I think we got 10 cars here. Yeah, I think there's 10. Well, in a trailer. So we are going to open up these. Pretty obvious what you're looking at here. This is Greenlight Hot Pursuit stuff. Greenlight police vehicles. Greenlight is by far the best in the business in 1/64 scale police vehicles. Just hands down. I mean, there's really no other brand that even attempts to come close to what they do. Matchbox does a lot of police vehicles too, but as far as actual licensing, actual 1/64 scale vehicles, stuff like that, Greenlight is definitely king of those. So they're from various different releases. Some of these I got like really good deals, like that, $2. There's somebody that was blowing out kind of like a lot of their collection and stuff, and there was some Greenlight that I ended up picking up really, really cheap from them at a local meet. That's why I got some of these for like $3, $2. But anyway, some of them I picked up at full retail. Obligatory Diecaster mention here because it's Greenlight Hot Pursuit. I got that one from him. I think it was a double. And actually, maybe we'll start with that. So, because this is from Hot Pursuit Series 1. I pre-cut all the packaging here. This one's going to be a nightmare. But pre-cut the rest of this stuff just so to make things go a little faster. The 2008 Arapahoe County. I don't know how to pronounce that. I should. Wait, does it sound? I don't know. Whatever. Colorado Sheriff. Arapa. Somebody will do that phonetically in the comments, no doubt. So this is Hot Pursuit Series 1, the Hot Pursuit SE Series, a special edition. I don't know, they're on like Hot Pursuit Series 2000 by now. I don't know which one they're actually on. What's this one here? I know this is kind of a later one. So this is like Series 36. So they're probably like 5 or 6 series after. They might be up to 40 something. I'm not really sure. Even though I've been doing unboxings on them, I don't quite remember. But if you check out the Greenlight playlist, which this episode will be in that playlist as well as the 10-Car Tuesday playlist, you can see all the different Greenlight unboxings and find what latest Hot Pursuit we are on. Anywho and how. This is an older one. This is, I think, probably somewhat of a valuable car. The packaging isn't in that great a condition, so I don't feel terrible opening it. I don't collect every Hot Pursuit that comes out. I get a car here and there. We're going to start with this classic Series 1 Crown Vic here. And so the cool thing about, of course, how Greenlight does it is they are legit police liveries. And they do fire stuff now, too. So they're really the only 1/64 scale brand that's doing that at all. And this is a really nice quality vehicle. We don't have inserted headlights on these. These are going to be a painted detail graphics for this Crown Vic casting. They've come out with so many different versions of this. And they really did a nice job with the casting. You can see this has a green rivet, painted rivet there. That was normal for Greenlight back in the day. These actually might have them in this little 2-pack over here too. We'll see. The hood does open. I don't really feel like banging it open though right now because normally I tap stuff on my finger. Well, maybe we can get it. I don't want to knock the light bar off. The hood opens actually quite nice. And you can see some detail under there. There's not a ton, but it's there. Got a brush guard up front. This is very fragile, by the way. So you do need to be careful with that. If you're adding one of these to your collection loose. So that is the challenge with them. They are kind of hard to store, loose once you get them out of the package. Which, I don't know, I need to come up with something creative for these police cars. Maybe just saving part of the package and cutting it down might be what I do with these. Anyway, here is this one. It's really nicely done. The graphics are sharp. Everything appears to be straight. The thing rolls. It's early Greenlight. Their quality in the early days of Greenlight was quite excellent. Quality control. They were a lot more limited, though, too. So that's probably part of it. All right, this next one is from Hot Pursuit Series 26. This is the Windsor Police Service from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. So 2017 Dodge Charger Pursuit. We can only guess at the years these came out. I think this came out in 2019. But here it is. Again, this one sports a brush guard. And the casting itself looks okay. Not necessarily the greatest, most fantastic thing ever. And the graphics look a little weird with that back wheel. It's still pretty cool, though. This one has inserted detail for a headlight. It's got the brush guard. Got inserted detail for the taillight, so that's pretty cool, too. The thing sits a little crooked. The light bar's on crooked. Kind of typical. Wow. Okay, so, look at that. Pretty sure they don't come, these when they put these light bars on actual real cars, I'm pretty sure they put them straight across, perpendicular to the direction of the vehicle travel. Not, clearly crooked. Kind of a lame light bar too, just this thing right here. And yeah, so there's your Greenlight quality control extraordinaire. Yeah, that's too bad. It's a cool car otherwise. Looks pretty decent. I actually kind of like these wheels. So, again, still the best when it comes to police cars, but the quality control's not super fantastic on the newer stuff in comparison with the older stuff, especially. Here's another Charger. Might as well do that. So this one's from Series 31. Light bar appears to be a lot straighter on this one, although it's not entirely straight. This is Memphis Police from Series 31. So there's a peek at that. By the way, the packaging has always been kind of boring on these, which is fine for me. I mean, it's not the reason why I would pick up Diecast anyways, for how it looks in the package, since I pretty much have made the rule to open everything. But let's check this one out. Memphis PD. And our light bar is on pretty straight. It is still a little crooked. So not 100% straight. Open up the hood here. There's a view under the hood of this one. So this one's a bit different. This being a different car. It's a 2011, not a 2017 Charger Pursuit. So, different vehicles. Similar, but different. And, of course, it does have the inserted detail for the taillights, and it also gets inserted details for the headlights. I don't know. I think this casting looks a little bit better than the other one. It does have an opening hood as well. This one does not have an opening hood for the Windsor Police. But pretty cool nonetheless. It'd be cooler, I guess, if that light bar was bang on straight, and it isn't. And the only other issue, too, is sometimes these inserted details for the headlights can look a little sloppy. This one looks okay, but if you really got up close with the camera and stuff like that, this hood gap would show pretty badly, and so would the sort of misalignment of the headlights. Other than that, from further away, it looks really good. Nice basic police livery, and not a bad one. All right, sticking with Mopar. Actually, we got a lot of Mopar. I'm looking at this. The 2017 Dodge Durango, Utah Highway Patrol. Shout out to Lamley, who currently resides in the great state of Utah. $3 I got this for, and that's a steal on this 2017 Dodge Durango. So this is from Series 29. So this casting's really nice, in my opinion. I think they did a great job with this Durango casting. They've released it in civilian liveries. They've done, a lot of police livery stuff with it. And they did a really good job, I think, on the tooling. The hood does not open. You do have inserted detail for headlights. And I believe the taillights are painted. Yes, the taillights are painted. We get a light bar up top, which actually, it's still on a little crooked. But we've seen worse, even in this video. And other than that, pretty nice basic. The livery for Utah Highway Patrol is just, I don't know. It's cool, I guess, because it looks old school, like an old school graphic design. I don't know. At first glance, this just looks like a coiled up pile of turds. And I think it's supposed to be, what is that supposed to be? Like a beehive or something? I'm probably saying something completely stupid. But you guys will have to let me know in the comments. Someone will inevitably educate me. You guys are great at that. All right. Next up is the Dodge Monaco. 1978 Dodge Monaco, Idaho. Idaho State Police, Series 31, 78 Dodge Monaco. This casting's massively long. It's a large car. Very, very cool. Some of the stuff Greenlight does best. Larger vehicles. Sweet light bar on this one. Looks fantastic. They got it on. Looks good, actually. Real good. So, Idaho State Police. Classic Idaho State Police livery. It'd be neat if they put the years of the livery on here. Because it'd be interesting to know what exact, year the car was. And some of the stuff they did, like the early ones, the early Hot Pursuit stuff, they put a year on it. That it was a 2008 county sheriff, or whatever. And I think it just means it's a 2008 Crown Vic. Whatever. Anywho and how. This casting's pretty good. It's pretty nice. And I don't know, does the hood open on this one? I can't remember. It looks like it should. But that doesn't always mean that it does. It's tooling number 121. Another little, pro tip, if you haven't watched a ton of my Greenlight videos, you can look at tooling numbers, and that kind of is going to tell you an idea of how old the actual casting is. Oh, there we go. So hood does open for a view of a engine. Pretty basic livery, nice black. I wouldn't have picked this up normally in the store, but I picked it up because, the guy was selling these for like $2 or whatever, or $3, whatever I paid for this one. I'm like, you know what? Why not? The Hot Pursuit line is really cool. I will say that. It just is. It's neat. It's a good idea. They're the only brand that really does it. And I like when they venture out a little bit and they're not just doing U.S. vehicles like with this Series 36, Germany. Polizei, I don't know how to pronounce it in a German accent. 1974 Volkswagen Golf Mk1. And had to pick up this one. Matchbox recently released the same basic livery, right? So that's cool too. This casting's fantastic, by the way. This is like Greenlight every once in a while puts out a tooling that just really shines, and I think this qualifies as one. All sorts of different variations of this particular car, and of course, as I praise it, we're going to have a quality control issue with that back wheel. But this cute little casting, I have a hard time not picking up every single one of these little Volkswagens when it comes out. I finally stopped picking up all of them. I do have a bunch of different variations of it. This one, of course, little quality control issue. It's got a lean. That's slightly disappointing. That's one of the worst problems Greenlight has as of late. And, some other diecast companies as well. Round 2 tends to have this issue every once in a while as well, where the car will have a lean to it because whatever hole they put in for the axles, whatever it is, it should be cast in, I would assume. For some reason, isn't necessarily level, and you end up with a car that leans to one side because these holes come in. I don't think they're drilled though. I don't know. I would think they would be casted. I have no idea. One of these days, I need to get like a clear picture of exactly how these produced, and then maybe I will be able to speak a little bit more intelligently about QC issues and why they come up and why they're common in some ways and all sorts of stuff like that. But until I learn, which will probably be a long time from now, if ever, we're just gonna have to deal with what we got. And what we got is I can tell you this: the axle's not in. and I know this because I've taken some of these apart, the axle is not in straight. I've done a video actually on how to fix this. Now you have only one option to do it, and it's a little touch and go, but you have to take the casting. You actually can do it without even taking the casting apart, actually. You got to pull the wheel off, pull the axle out, take like a little Dremel or a drill or something to cut into the hole that this axle is sitting in. You can only lower the side, okay? You can't raise it up, so you can only lower the side that's high. So I'd be able to take this side and lower. It's a very irritating and painstaking process, which is why I don't do it ever, except for like the 1 or 2 times I've done it. But it's possible. You can do it. You can get this lean out of there, and it will look a lot better. Maybe someday I'll do it to that car. Probably not. All right, 2015 Sport Explorer New York City Parks and Small Cargo Trailer. This is a parks car, so technically not police, I guess. But it's an enforcement vehicle, right? Park patrol. And it comes with a trailer. Of course, this is from Hitch and Tow. This is from Hitch and Tow Series 7. So we'll get it out of here. Standard fare, Hitch and Tow. We've got the vehicle, the trailer, so the hitch and the tow. And then this little thing, the trailer jack. Is that the technical term? I don't know. Right, it is. It comes with a little piece for you to lose, and that's this right here. This does somewhat function on these, which is kind of neat. And there you go. There you have it. It is doing its thing. So, what do we think about it? I think it's pretty cool. I think this is actually a really nice release. They did a good job with this casting as well, like the Durango. They did a good job with this Explorer. It's got inserted details for taillights, inserted details for headlights. Does not have an opening hood, does not need it. That is fine. Light bar is on straight this time, which is good. And the trailer hitch appears to be on straight as well, which is another one that's somewhat tough to get correct. And overall, I think it's pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. And I'm actually quite digging this one. I think it looks pretty nice. The trailer looks pretty good too. I don't really usually collect the trailers. I get annoyed with the trailers because they take up space. I believe the trailer opens too, yeah. So you can put, like, your stuff in there. Whatever they would use for parks and recreation, maybe a lawnmower or something. I don't know. Some sort of trail maintenance tools. I don't know. But yeah, it looks all right. It's a good job. I think they did a great job on this vehicle. So, pretty awesome. All right. I got 3 more here. Well, technically 2 more packages, but we got the 1980 Chevy Caprice from Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day, great movie. This Caprice casting came out recently, probably within the last year or 2. Losing track of time, hard to say. This one, copyright date is 2019, so probably 2 years ago is when this came out, when this casting came out. And they released it, like, immediately a ton of times. Just a ton. So it's been in a bunch of Hot Pursuit and stuff like that. Punxsutawney. I'm having troubles here. Struggle busing it with the pronouncing stuff today. Police. And if you've seen the movie, you understand. But this is pretty awesome. It was pretty cool. They did it. This Caprice was definitely a welcome casting to the lineup. And I think they did a pretty good job with it. It's a pretty basic one now. It doesn't have any inserted details for headlights or taillights. No opening hood on this either. And that's okay. It doesn't need it. It's got spare parts for the bumpers. I think they have different front cores to do different versions or whatever. But I don't know. I think it's a necessary vehicle for Greenlight to do, and I think they did a pretty good job with it. All right, last up is this piece right here, and this one probably the coolest to me because in it. Okay, well anyway, I should explain before I do that. This is a Hot Pursuit 2-pack, or diorama 2-pack, I should say. This happens to be Hot Pursuit themed Wisconsin State Patrol, which apparently on September 1st, 1939, legislature passed a statute creating the Motor Vehicle Department, which consisted of 3 divisions. Okay, I'm just reading this. I don't know why. I don't really care. But it's Wisconsin State Patrol. I live in Wisconsin. So that's neat, right? This is an older release, so I'm going to find a date on it. 2009 is the copyright, which means, you know, it could have came out in 2009, could have came out in 2010. And you get this, like, diorama-looking thing. Yeah, it's about what the sky looks like here almost all the time. Gloomy. And then, yeah. Bridge. So this packaging sucks, by the way. It's not fun to open, but you are unfortunately going to have to suffer with me because I'm going to just do it right here live. Best way to do this, get one of these things, little snips for cutting wires and whatnot. This comes with the police vehicle and probably the gentleman that's been pulled over. And, or, you know, maybe it's not a gentleman. Could be a lady driving a Corvette fast. A black Corvette. There. All right, so let's get some of this junk out of the way. I hate these wires with a passion. Honestly, if you're not careful, sometimes you can rip a wheel like clean off of these cars if you don't do this somewhat carefully. And even with that risk, I tend to not do it very carefully, just because I'm not a super patient human being. All right. Alright. Oh, this one's got the rubber bandage as well. Let's just hope it's not a paint eater. And then in addition to the rubber band, it's got the brush guard up there, which I almost ripped off with the rubber band. Alright. So, non-police vehicle, the only one of the episode. Corvette. Looks good. I don't know if no, hood does not open on this tooling. This is a very old Greenlight tooling, I believe. If I am thinking correctly, and I am looking for the tooling number on the thing, and I think it's the first one, so I wasn't lying. This is the first official Greenlight tooling that started their tooling numbers, okay? It may not be the first car ever released under the Greenlight brand, but it is the first, like, all Greenlight original tooling. To my knowledge, it is, or at least it's the first one that was licensed to be one or started to be developed, because it is number 1. We got a lensed detail for the headlight, painted detail on the rest of the vehicle. Of course, we get that green rivet there, which means that it is an earlier Greenlight. And it's pretty decent little vet. Not too bad. They released a ton of these, a ton of different ones. You get this in a lot of colors in the early days of Greenlight. Base is pretty heavily oxidized. You want to hope that doesn't become an issue later with it like crumbling or something. And then you get the Wisconsin State Patrol. So we started with a Crown Vic and we're ending with a Crown Vic. This thing is pretty awesome. Wisconsin State Patrol. They still use this livery. Nowadays, you can opening hood. It's got the Crown Vic. It's got the light bar that's actually on straight. It's got the brush guard in the front. Rolls nicely. Good looking rims. Yeah, pretty cool. And then as a bonus, we get the Wisconsin State Patrol officer. Interestingly enough, I don't know what he's holding in his hand there. It almost looks like a cup of coffee. It isn't. I don't think. Maybe it's supposed to be like the radar gun. He's like, hey, you want to see how fast you were going? And this is the speeder. We're going to assume it's speeding. that it was pulled over for. You know. There you go. All right. Well, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Kind of a long 10-car Tuesday. But hopefully you did enjoy it and do enjoy this kind of stuff. It's fun. I think the best 2 cars actually episode are probably the 2 Crown Vics, the nicest looking. This New York City Parks one, though, actually looks quite well. I'm actually really digging it. Real basic. So, all right, you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Again, check out any of the other videos on the playlist for Greenlight or 10 Car Tuesday. Lots of this stuff out there, and, check them out. Thank you guys very much. Have a good day.